welcome to the Keyboard Road Warrior with me, Movie Scouse 007, where we play Euro Truck Simulator 2 with a laptop and its keyboard. So, we have reached Helsinki. We bought the garage, but we haven't really done anything with it yet. We need to upgrade it and we need to fill it with drivers. We're going to do that. We're also going to explore Helsinki itself. And we're going to take a shorter journey probably today, but we'll still level up because we were within a gnat's whisker. But because we've got a lot of faffing to do, I thought it would make sense to do a shorter journey. That might not be possible. We'll see. Where's Helsinki? There's Helsinki. Right, let's upgrade Helsinki. Yes, we want to spend the 80 grand upgrading it. We've got bags of money. Have you not seen our bank balance? Alright. That's our 5-berth garage in the midst of historic Helsinki. I don't know why, but I always have this picture of Finland being this cold, snowy, icy place. It might have something to do with the fact that every time I've seen Scandinavia, especially the Finnish rally, these guys have been in the cold. So let's go and buy some trucks. Obviously we're in Helsinki, so we're back to our beloved Volvos. The nearest big dealership is in Kolding. That's not a big issue, right? So let's customize this bad boy. Let's get the engine to a minimum. Boom. Right, let's purchase and stick it in Helsinki. Boom. Okay. And another one. Oh, look at all those garages all over the place. There will come a point when we have garages in every city. And given how many miles and how many levels we have to jump to finish this game, and given that we're going to run out of drivers at some point, and there are a set number of cities, and although that's going to grow, it's only going to grow slowly. We are going to run out of things to spend our money on, and so then obviously, as previously stated, it's gonna be upgrades time for our drivers. So of the recruitment agencies, we've got what, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we've just got 10 recruitment agencies left. So we are running out. However, I am testing a mod that adds considerably more drivers. I think there are 145 drivers in the game, and the mod boosts that up to something like 230. So you almost get an extra 100 drivers, which is good news. Right. So Pierre. Ooh. What page are we on? 6. Pierre, Tim, and Martin. Going to be based in Helsinki. Ooh. We've got another one. Bela. He's going in there too, but he had ADR, and I like to get ADR done. There's Tim. Tim is going to Helsinki. Ooh. And then finally, oh no, actually no, we've got one more. Martin, he's got eco. I like to get eco done as well. So we've got one more driver. Ooh, John. Oh no, John, I got excited. I thought John had 2. It looks like Reese. Yep, I think it's gonna be... Ooh, Ruth. Ruth has eco and long distance. Let's get Ruth in our business. Alright, we've hired 5 drivers for our Helsinki garage. Okay. Let's go and explore Helsinki. Engine on? No, I don't want that one. So let's check out the map and see what we haven't driven in Helsinki. We are here. I might do a short loop and then a big loop and then a big loop and that, and then come back and rest. Alright, so we go over the bridge. Oh no, that's under. Ah, curses. That's under. I'm going under that. So yes, along here, around here, and around here, and around here, and then, yeah. Alright, okay. Alright, that's what we might have to do. Okay. Oh, parking brake. Ooh, frozen. That's not good. I think I might have had my first crash. No. Yeah, it did stutter. That was not pleasant. Alright. Come on. They do like to leave bags of space, don't they? Alright. So, we're going to be on a little bit of a journey before we get down to checking out our checking out our load from the depot and going on our journey. So I've got a subject picked out today. Today I want to talk about the European Union. The reason I wanted to talk about the European Union is because... oh, actually, damn it, which way do I want to go? Yeah, down this ramp, sorry. I'm a bit confused. This is the big bloody problem with the map, with the GPS map, is that it doesn't show you what road goes under which road. All you need to do is put a skinny little line. There's a... I want to be charitable, but I can't. There's a party called the UKIP, United Kingdom Independence Party. Their platform is entirely based on withdrawing from Europe, because apparently Europe is evil. His name is Nigel Farage, but I prefer to refer to him as Nigel Fuckwit, primarily because his opinions about Europe are absolutely fucking stupid. I'm sorry, there's going to be a little bit of swearing in this, because this chap is frightening the people of Britain with his moronic ideas. Whoa. His moronic ideas about Europe, and he's using lies and half-truths in order to back this nonsense up. Alright, we're going to pull a U-ey at the roundabout, because if we don't... we're going to be stuck on the upper levels again. Well, I needed to get this little bit of road in yellow. I don't want to go back down that road. So, okay, so, yes, he's lying to the people of the United Kingdom about what Europe is actually about. And the media doesn't help. with some frankly bald-faced stupidities and lies and exaggerations for dramatic effect. But I've been on a number of websites and I've picked out just 10 reasons why we need to stay in the European Union, why it's good for the United Kingdom to be in the European Union, and why Nigel Fuckwit and his cronies would irrevocably damage the United Kingdom were they to remove us from the European Union. If you disagree, you're welcome to explain why you disagree in the comments below. But this has been on my mind for quite a while, and as such, I'm pretty sure of what I'm talking about. So there may be some inaccuracies in some of the information I'm talking about, and if there is, for that I apologise. But I'm pretty sure that what I'm about to talk about is an accurate representation of what would happen, of why, being part of the EU is good for the United Kingdom. So, let's start with the biggie, the most obvious one. Our free trade with Europe. We have open borders. Now, they're not completely open, obviously that would be ludicrous. But they are very open borders. We get to be part of a European trading bloc. We get to trade our goods with European companies and European people in Europe freely. We don't have to pay import tariffs. We have to pay local taxes. Our businesses have to pay local taxes, and that's fair. But then so do the people in those countries, so it's not ludicrous to expect that that our businesses would be asked to pay taxes. That's the way of the world. You have to contribute to the country that you're trading in. This is why the behaviour of the likes of Starbucks and Amazon and Apple is so unutterably galling. They make an absolute fortune out of the United Kingdom, and they pay little or no taxes. And that's not the social contract. I'm sorry, but that's not the social contract. That's not how you behave. Right. Oh, what the hell? This is the problem with this, with keyboard steering. Ugh, curses. Oh well, we did something. It relieved the boredom. And I'm going to bust through this red light because I can't be asked waiting. And I also can't get past this guy. Oof. Yes. You contribute to the community that you are benefiting from. Apple, Amazon, Starbucks. There are other companies. Those are the ones that I know about. There are probably more that are publicly doing so, that are flouting tax laws that I don't yet know about. But those are the ones that I do. I am going to be continually checking the map because I want to make sure that I'm getting everything. So I'm just going to get the centre, so I'm going to concentrate on this stuff. All of these other ones are access roads to Helsinki, which I no doubt I will get when they start to add Euromir. But I'm going to do a loop here. I'm going to do a loop here. Come back. And then I need to head down here and get here. So don't know why these companies think that it's okay for them to do that. I mean, I know why they think that. They're not thinking about the country they're in, obviously. They're thinking about their bottom line. They're thinking about their bank balance. They're thinking about how much can we get away with. Now, all businesses do that. They're always trying to make the product as cheaply as they can in order to increase the size of the company, in order to be able to make new products. There are many reasons why companies skimp, and sometimes the skimping works, sometimes the skimping is a good idea, sometimes it's not necessary to have a completely bulletproof product. Whoa, 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 whoa. I knew that was going to happen. I am not concentrating today. I mean, obviously I'm not, does not help. It does not, oh God, I can't produce a coherent sentence today. This is shocking. Alright, so back at this road. Right, what else do we want to do? I think we've got, yeah, to be honest, I think that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to head back. I'm going to fix my truck. And then I'm going to get a job. And to drive you guys somewhere. So, and I'll just double check the time when we get back into the, when we get into the repair depot. So free trade is one of the major reasons we get access. We are part of a massive network of countries. We have the ability to trade on an even basis with those countries because we have a shared set of agreements, laws and rules with regard to trading, and that's can only be of benefit to everyone. We don't have to worry about quotas. We don't have to worry about import taxes, and as you know, half of our exports go to the European Union. And it makes no sense to suddenly handcuff and hamstring businesses with what is essentially a "We Hate Europe" tax, which is what Mr. Farage and his cronies would have us do. They want to add an import tax on top of all of the other things that we have to pay in order to trade in Europe, and that's just ridiculous. It's nonsense. It's a stupidity, which I don't think he's thought through. Either that, or he's so desperate for power, so desperate that he will screw the country so that he can get into number 10. Obviously, his party's far too small and far too insignificant to get to number 10, but they are they're gaining influence. And the trouble is, when moronic one-note parties like this get in, they tend to, where are we? We are at 9% damage. When they get in, the people who are in the real business of governing have to deal with these morons. So, damage report, £1,056 for 5% of damage to the engine, £413 for 3% of damage to the transmission, £1,942 for 9% damage to the chassis, £3,852 for 7% damage to the cabin, and £450 for 4% damage to the tyres. Now, I'm guessing that most of that damage was done by my little idiotic crash into that tanker. which was entirely my own fault. Right. Another thing to note is the EU has an iron wall, an iron tariff wall against non-EU members. We really do not want to be on the wrong side of that. It's really hard for a non-EU organ company to get past that tariff wall. Alright, one more. Ooh, fog, we don't want anything to do with that. Right, that's good. Right, so let us get ourselves some gainful employment. So, where are we? We are in Helsinki. So, Lorient. Have we been to Lorient? I think Lorient's one of those. Yeah, we haven't been to. Dijon. We haven't been to. Rheims. Oh gosh, it's offering me loads of places I haven't been to. All quite long journeys though. Lille I have. Lotz I haven't. Stavanger I have. Grimsby I haven't. Where else are we? Gothenburg I have. Ooh, I could get the VOLVO garage. Stockholm. I've just come from Stockholm. I went into Stockholm on the way. Let's get the whacking great £100,000 job. It's wow, it's a 53-hour journey. So this is going to be a long video. This is going to be a very long video. In fact, while this might take 4 or 5 parts to film, I might have to upload it in 2 bits because I don't know. I don't know whether anyone's going to sit down for a 2-hour journey, a 3-hour journey. Oh, I don't know. These are all huge journeys. Have I been to Katowice? I haven't been. That's also a long journey. No. Let's do it. Let's go to Lorient. All right. Set that as our destination. This is going to be true long-haul trucking. Right. As per, I'm going to get my image for my, where are we? Okay, that's my image of my journey. Right, so let's make our way. Let's go pick up our load. Okay, so we've got nearly £8 million again. We are able to maintain. We're now earning enough money that the rest after each journey, I recoup the funds spent. So that's all good. Have we? Oh, excellent. This is a depot that we haven't been to, so. That's also good. That means that we are increasing the number of roads. Ooh, I need to be in that lane because I'm turning left. We're increasing the number of oh no, I don't. So I'm going to shoot over. I will get this sentence out in a minute. We're increasing the number of roads that we've driven on, which increases the amount of Europe that we've explored. And one of our game plans is to get to 100% map explored. That is our plan. That's what we want. We want to have driven along every road and visited every destination. Alright, let's pick up our load. Let's take the jump. Right, let's go. Let's pick up that tanker. I think it is right there. Wow, this is a huge load. It's a big digger. Right, let's see if we can get this hooked up without crashing into it, as we did with our load for. Yep, we did it. As we did with our load for Helsinki, we bumped into it, which was bloody stupid. Right, excellent, there's nothing coming. So we can pull out straight away. Right. So yes, so that was number one. That was number one. That was reason number one. Probably the most obvious reason for remaining a part of the EU was remaining part of that trading bloc. Being part of the EU trading bloc also means that we have the power of the EU behind us. We're able to trade as part of a larger Europe. You know, we're part of we're the biggest trading bloc in the world. We're a bigger trading bloc at the moment than China. We're a bigger trading bloc than India, than the United States, than Russia. It's and it's important to remain a part of that. Right, reason number two. The EU encourages investment in Britain. The EU has attracted millions of pounds worth of foreign investment into the United Kingdom. Large manufacturers, commercial service providers, these people invest in the UK because it's a bridge to a single market. The Americans, in particular, when you think about it, they come here because it's easier to set up a business in an English-speaking country, and then benefit from the being part of Europe, being close to the world's busiest international airline hub at Heathrow. Heathrow and Gatwick. They benefit massively. Foreign investors recognise this. Japan has a number of manufacturing plants in the United Kingdom because it's a jumping off point. The Japanese are English. It is a language that they speak already because they have large trading pact and they do a lot of business with the American market in the American market. So English is a language they're already able to speak, and so again for them it's easier to set up a business. Now, why do you think am I positive about foreign businesses setting up in the UK? Because they contribute to our gross domestic product, they earn money for the British Exchequer, and they provide jobs for Britons. Where are you? Easy. So being a bridge to a single commercial trading bloc is a huge deal, and if we walked away for that, we'd be, we would be useless to them. They would start then to think about learning French and moving to France or Germany, one of the most robust economies in the world, certainly the most robust economy in Europe. Why on earth would they not bother? The reason that most of these businesses setting up in the UK is because of our language, our position within Europe, the hub to mainland Europe, easy access via ferry, air transport, and particularly the Channel Tunnel, the Euro Tunnel. These are all good reasons. You know, if you're thinking about building a multinational, if you're a multinational company and you're thinking about building a business in Europe, are you going to want to install your factories in Britain that's no longer part of Greater Europe and outside the EU tariff wall, or are you going to want to build your factories and bring your jobs and bring your money to say France or Germany, where they're inside the EU wall, and those two countries are never leaving Europe. Those two are the driving force behind the European Union, the single monetary unit. We have a unique position as part of the EU that it would be moronic to give up on. Oh dear, another driver not... I need to go through my drivers one by one and see which ones are not pulling their weight. Because I've got a feel, I do see a lot of these couldn't find a jobs messages at the bottom of my screen, and you need to go into each individual driver's job listing. And obviously that's not the sort of thing that is interesting to you guys. That's not the reason that you're watching this, if you're watching it at all. You're watching it to see me drive around, and hopefully you're watching me to watch me building this little empire of mine. But mostly it's to see me driving around. It's not to see me flicking through menus. That's, I think, the most I can get away with is flicking through the driver menus to recruit drivers. So, free trade and allowing access for foreign investment into the UK is tremendous. Let's give you a real-world example, possibly one of the most successful real-world examples of a foreign company coming into the United Kingdom and dramatically helping the economy. Nissan have a car manufacturing plant in Sunderland. It's one of the world's most efficient car manufacturing plants. It's Nissan's best performing plant. So successful is it that they actually build cars in Sunderland for the Japanese market. That's how good this factory is. It's staffed by Britons. It's managed by Japanese, but it's but it's staffed by Britons. The factory is run by Britons. The cars are built by Britons. This factory employs thousands of people in the Tyne-and-Wear area. It contributes to the local economy, which is traditionally a pretty depressed area. It contributes to the United Kingdom's GDP. It contributes to our balance of payments. It contributes to our import-export figures. This is a fantastic example of why it is important for us to remain in Europe. And it's something that I don't think Mr. Farage and his moronic cronies understand. Nissan might not be able to afford to keep the factory in Sunderland if he has his way. He will kill jobs. Why? Because a lot of the cars, the majority of the cars built in that factory go into Europe. They go to Europe. And if you're building cars outside a tariff barrier, you're not going to make any money. They will move the factory to Germany or to France, or actually probably to Eastern Europe, to Croatia or the Czech Republic. Anywhere that's inside, not Croatia, Croatia's outside the EU, the Czech Republic is inside the EU, so the Czech Republic, anywhere where they're going to get value for money, and they're not going to get value for money by being outside that EU tariff war. Honda is the same thing. They've got 2 car manufacturing plants in Swindon. They're very successful. They're not as successful as the Nissan plant in Sunderland, but they're still very successful enough that Honda started with 1 factory and decided it was a good enough experiment. They were going to build a second one. Hey, we missed the night time. Wonderful. It's 6:24 a.m., which means that in a couple of hours of drive time it's going to be daylight. I simply don't understand people that cannot understand those 2 basic ones, those 2 basic reasons for staying in the EU. We give our businesses access to an enormous trading block. From that trading block, oh god, it's very stuttery, this is not good. And it can't be McAfee, because I uninstalled McAfee. We are very stuttery. Oh, I've got to stop this video in a little while anyway. In about 10 minutes I've got to stop it because I've got to upload the footage. Yes, we give British businesses and businesses based in Britain access to a market that's enormous. We also give, but by being well placed to do business in Western Europe, we also give ourselves a chance to get in on the Eastern European market as it develops and decides to become a part of Western Europe, as is already happening. As I said, the Czech Republic is already a part of the EU. Bulgaria is becoming a part of the EU. Oh crap. We don't want to be outside the European bus. We want to be inside the European bus. In fact, we want to be either driving it or giving directions. We can't do that. We cannot do that if we're not inside the EU. One of the things I think that needs to be addressed, it's very well hidden by the leadership of the UKIP party, but it's not that well hidden that we can't find it. But there is a tinge of racism to their anti-European bias, and when I say racism, I don't mean about skin colour. It's more of xenophobia. It's American style xenophobia more than I guess racism. There is a tinge of racism to some of them. Some of the people that are involved in UKIP are just one racist comment away from being eligible to be a member of the British National Party. And I'm personally one for suing the British National Party for using the word British to describe a brand of racism that I find not only unpalatable but sickening. The people that the British National Party dislike are people that are British, irrespective of their skin colour. They are British, born here, have every right to be here, and to insist that they don't is stupid and sickening. Just makes me angry. But that's not what I want to talk about today. As I said, I'm talking about Europe here. Ooh, actually, I don't want to be. Yeah, I don't want to be. This road, the map's a little bit confusing. Yes, but there is a twinge of xenophobia to the peculiar brand of faux racism that's practiced by UKIP. We are European. We have a responsibility as part of Europe to be a part of Europe. Whether we like it or not, that is where we are in the world. We're part of that continent. We have been a part of that continent since the split up of the Pangaea, since the crusts that formed what we call land split up into individual land masses. We have in the past taken our responsibility as a leading member of Europe very seriously. We helped battle against Napoleon, even though most of the damage he did was not in the UK, it was in mainland Europe. We helped Austro-Hungary. We helped fight Germany. We helped protect France from the German Austro-Hungarian pact that threatened to plunge the entire world, Western Europe, sorry, not world, it was only affected Western Europe. The Africans didn't give a rat's ass, and the Americans couldn't care less either. And Australia and New Zealand, totally irrelevant to them. Didn't affect them at all until we started taking their citizens and using them as cannon fodder. But yes, we've taken our responsibility in Europe seriously in the past. Why are we suddenly deciding that now's the time to not do so? Now is not a time to start thinking that we can escape and evade our responsibility as a part of a grand and ancient continent, the most inventive, the most creative continent on the planet. More great artists, more great inventions, more great music, more great film and theatre. I mean, Europe's the birthplace of modern theatre. Europe is the home of some of the greatest proponents of popular music. Europe is the birthplace of one of the greatest writers ever to grace the earth. In fact, 4 or 5 of the greatest artists in the world, writers in the world, came from Europe. And we need to remember that in Britain, our language is heavily influenced by the rest of Europe. It's got Germanic roots, it's got French roots, it's got Latin roots from the Italian, from Rome, part of Italy, part of Europe. It's got Greek roots. Now, whether you agree or disagree that Greece is a part of Europe is irrelevant. Greece is in part of Europe, legally, geographically, statistically. It's a part of Europe, so that's an argument that I'm not really interested in getting involved in. It's an argument that's moot. Greece plays in the European Cup, the European Championships. It's a part of the European pool when it comes to qualifying for the World Cup. It's a member of the EU. It's a member of the Single Monetary Unit. It's a part of Europe, so I am going to pull over here. This is the point, I think, at which my stomach is screaming at me that it's hungry, and I'm very close to running out of memory on my card. So I can't remember what the okay. Anyway, so bear with me a moment while I move the footage. All right. F key gets the hazards off. Let's move. Footage is done, and we're off. So I'm fed and I'm watered and footage is moved, and I've tested to make sure it's working, because that's the thing I have to do now. I've got some 2 of my videos have got corrupted files, and while the video is there's a little bit of damage, and Microsoft's Movie Maker, which is the crappy piece of low-tech video editing software that I use. I missed it. I keep missing them. Crappy piece of video editing software that I use to piece these things together in a fashion is too precious to upload this footage. So there's nothing I can do about it at the moment. So when I get back to the UK, I need to spend some money buying a piece of software that helps fix these files. Now I know it works because you can trial it and it tests the 50% of the footage. It's their way of saying, look, this works, but you want to use the footage we've rescued, you've got to pay us. So we're going up a hill at the moment. Oh, nearly. Right, reason number 3 for being a part of the EU. Police cooperation. Now, there are many people who are possibly anti-Europe who are also anti-police, but let me tell you, when you've had your house robbed, when you've been attacked, you want the police on your side. You really want the police. The police become your best friends, your confidants, and they're the ones that are there trying to get the person that wronged you to pay for doing so. So easy. I am trying to look at my notes at the same time as I'm trying to drive in a straight line, and it's not happening. So, how did the British police force get the Spanish police force to capture escaped armed robber Andrew Moran? Because we got a European arrest warrant. The British police got a European arrest warrant, and that is why the Spanish police arrested Andrew Moran. This is thanks to the EU. Thanks to the EU, there's no such thing as the Costa del Crime any longer. UK criminals can't just run away to Spain or anywhere else in the EU. Now, yes, they can still run off to South America, but that has its own unique issues. But the European arrest warrant is how we got these criminals. It prevents criminals from just hopping across the border. It makes it much more difficult for their friends and relatives to come and visit them. If they've got to go further afield, it's not a deterrent. Nothing like this ever is. It's not its purpose. Its purpose is to capture people. It's to prevent people from using the outer reaches of Europe as a place to escape. And that's what the oh fuck. Alright, bye. Yeah, bye. Oh fuck. Oh well. So that's reason number 3. In European police cooperation, we can issue an arrest warrant, a European arrest warrant, and then the police in another country can go and arrest a criminal that committed a crime in our country and can bring them back to us so that they can stand trial. Now, obviously, that means that we have to do the same in other for criminals that come to us. That's less likely to happen. Criminals are less likely to come to the United Kingdom to hide from justice. But wouldn't you want a foreign national who'd committed a crime to not be in your country? The EU arrest warrant allows British police forces to arrest people and bring them, get them out. So, reason number 4. Something called EU structural funds. EU structural funds. The structural funds are a large pot of money that gets distributed amongst the most deprived areas of the EU. For a long time, they've contributed to investment in infrastructure in the UK. There are deprived and depressed parts of the UK. Shock, horror, oh my god. There are slums in the United Kingdom. I know we like to think that the UK is this cosy, rosy, rose-tinted, spectacled utopia where, British scumbags only exist on television. It's not the case. There are thousands of people that live in areas of the UK that resemble nothing less than post-war Bosnia. And the structural fund is used to help those areas, and has been used. Areas of the UK have benefited from this. Oh, I think I rubbed up against that truck. I was too close to him. Oh, crikey. I want a nice long straight piece of empty road so I can review my notes for a second. Yeah. So, back to, sorry, it was a long bit of science. Back to the structural fund. France and Germany have got absolutely no incentive to invest in Britain. None whatsoever. We have to play on a level playing field, which means that in order for other European countries to invest in the UK, we've got to invest in them. So we put together a pot of money, which is part of the contract of being an EU member state. Oh, for crying out loud. Why will it not turn when I want it to turn? Oh, and of course, now that I'm wary of the outside, I'm rubbing the load on the inside. Oh, you're kidding me. Where did that 13% come from? Oh, what? If Britain leaves the EU, there's no one to stand up for British interests. Right. So there's for years they've contributed to investment and infrastructure across the UK, especially in places like Northern Ireland, Yorkshire, and Cornwall, where there isn't much in the way of work. There isn't much in the way of available money for investment in renewed infrastructure, in social programs, in trying to get people back to work. Now, over the next 5 years, England alone will receive 6 billion in structural funds. Wales will get 2 billion, and Scotland 795 million. Northern Ireland 457 million. And if those numbers seem a little skewed but towards England, bear in mind that England is by far and away the largest part of the UK population. In fact, I think England is larger than Scotland, Wales and Ireland put together. So, before we start getting a bit antsy about why England's getting so much money. That's a lot of money. That's what, nearly £9 billion. £9 billion of funds directly targeted at investment and infrastructure for the citizens of those 4 UK countries. As a participant of EU, we are entitled to that assistance for areas that would normally get looked at. areas that have no benefit for any business, areas with low education and low skills, where a business is not encouraged to go and tap into an existing skilled workforce, because there is no skilled workforce, and part of the money will be towards education programs which will help develop skills, which will encourage employers to go to those places in order to provide jobs which will improve the area. That money is needed. That funding is vital. That funding is only available as part of the EU. So, let's recap. Being part of a larger Europe, being part or being within the tariffs, giving foreign companies an incentive to base their business in the UK, so that they get access to the European money pots, so that they provide jobs and investment and income to the area in which they put their business. Having EU police cooperation with things like the European arrest warrant, and having access to EU structural funds which benefit the more deprived and less able to defend them, to stand up for themselves and help themselves, parts of the United Kingdom. Areas that will not get investment from private business, areas that the government would struggle to justify spending valuable resources from the budget on by the rest of the country. Parts of the UK that have been left behind. Do you know what? I've reached a stage where I'm getting pissed off. There's no way that car would have come out. No way that car would have come out with seeing me barrel along. He would never, ever, in a month of Sundays, would he have ventured out into the road. And it's the same with the big crash that I had. I was clearly coming into the lane. There's no way a car would tangle with a bloody great big lorry. It's just completely unrealistic. He would immediately have avoided me. Alright, reason number 5. Being able to influence decisions made in Europe. If you're on the outside of the gang, you can't get the gang to do what you want to do. It just doesn't work that way. See, the indicators do work, but only if... Alright, now he's just vanished. Okay, that was bizarre. He's just vanished. We'll see if that happens in the rest of Europe. I think that's a ProMods issue. And we'll see if it happens again when we get to Lorient, when we get to the parts of France that ProMods have made, if vehicles start disappearing. But I think it's an issue. I've got a sneaky feeling it's a known issue because it existed with their previous version. I don't think they've been able to do anything about it. So yes, being a part of that larger gang, I mean, strength in numbers isn't just a hokey phrase. It actually, it means something. Without the assistance of Prussia and Britain, Portugal would never have been able to get France from out of its country, and neither would Spain. They needed the assistance of those of Britain and the various parts of Germany that were involved, particularly the Prussians. So strength in numbers isn't just it's not just a hokey saying. When we're part of Europe at the global negotiating table, the UK could be relatively insignificant. We're a small nation now. Yes, we once had a great influence over the world. Yes, we had the world's most powerful navy right up until the Second World War. The British Navy was the envy of the world. The US was 100 times larger than the US Navy. Put that into context. Until World War II, the UK Navy was 100 times larger than the US Navy. Now, obviously, the UK paid for the increase to the US Navy because we needed funds, we needed weapons, we needed ammunition. But until the Second World War, Britain had the largest standing navy in the world. The biggest navy. At that time, we didn't need the help of other people. We could stand on our own 2 feet. In fact, for long periods in the first year or two of World War II, we were almost on our own, with the exception of the brave people that flocked to Britain and joined up with the British Army, the British Navy, and the British Royal Air Force in order to help fight get the Nazis out of their own country. People from places like the Netherlands and the Czech Republic and Poland. We could remain a leading partner in the biggest combined economy in the world. And get this, the European Union has a combined trading GDP of just under 13 trillion euros. It's virtually 13 trillion pounds. What an influential position to be in, to be part of a trading bloc worth 13 trillion pounds. Would you like to think that Britain could be an influential partner in decisions made on a trading economy that large? Not if Nigel Farage has his way. Nigel Farage has his way. We'll be outside looking in jealously, taking the odd crumb in here and there that our European partners don't care about and can't be bothered with. So no, we absolutely need to remain a part of Europe. If the UK is competing in the global race, as David Cameron so hokily put it, we're better off part of a relay team, taking turns running rather than having to run the whole damn thing ourselves. And that's how it is. That's where we want to be. And that's where we wouldn't be if Nigel Farage and his fellow idiots, had their way. European Union is a fantastic thing for the UK. Okay, that was a bizarrely pointless detour. Okay. Not quite sure what that was about. So yes. So that's that's what we want. We want to have influence inside Europe, but we also want to have influence outside Europe. But yeah, within Europe, we want the EU to work for Britain's interests. We want them to not just be thinking about Germany and France, but also about Britain. We're British. We don't want the EU to be making decisions that have a tremendous impact on Britain, but we can't do anything about it because we're not in the EU. They'll have no incentive to listen to us if we're not playing on the same team as they are. Britain leaves the EU, Who'll be able to stand up for us in the EU if we're not there? Because I promise you France and Germany won't give a crap about Britain. They don't. They continually bicker about what we take from Europe. Changes to things like trade or investment laws would have a dramatic effect on our economy, on our balance of payments, on the way we're able to trade with European partners. It's not just the trading tariffs, but laws about trading that would directly affect UK businesses. If we're not in Europe to keep the European Union from making decisions that would have a detrimental effect on British businesses, then we are not doing what's in the best interest of those British businesses. We're running counter to those interests by withdrawing. It would be like the emu pulling its head in the sand, la 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 la, eyes closed, fingers in ears, yelling la 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 to the rest of Europe, while the rest of Europe carve up the pie for themselves. We need to be a little bit selfish about Europe, and yes, we need to be a little bit firmer with them. And yes, we need to insist that certain things change and certain things remain the same. But we can only do that if we are inside the circle. We can't do it from outside. We can't change European minds. We can't affect European decisions if we're not at those meetings, and we will not be invited to those meetings if we're not. Oh, for crying out loud, really? This is one. 18%. We're going to lose a lot of money. This is $100,000. We £100,000 job. We probably lost about 20 grand in. Oh, this is infuriating. And we're still in Scandinavia as well, peeps. I think we're still in Scandinavia. Yeah, Copenhagen. So we'll be going on a couple of bridges and then a minuscule ferry ride. We're still quite away. I'm not going to be able to sustain this European conversation for this whole journey. So I'm going to have to think of something else to talk about. But, right, okay, so let's... Alright, next up, the next reason why we need to stay in Europe. The next good reason for being a part of the EU. Immigration is actually good for Britain. I know they will bang on about the number of foreigners in the country, but what they won't tell you is that the same number of Britons have gone into the greater EU to work. It's almost 1 for 1. We've not got more people in the UK because of... What? Oh, shit. We've not got more people in the UK. This is going to be a really bad journey for me. This is a jinxed journey. There aren't more Europeans in the UK. As many Britons have gone abroad. I have a friend who's gone to work as an English teacher in Madrid. A lot of Britons have gone over to teach English because Europeans are desperate to learn English from native speakers. The English language is possibly one of our greatest exports. A lot of EU citizens want to learn English so that they can speak it in America. Or so they can do business with America, because America's the biggest single language trading bloc in the world. Wouldn't you rather they were learning English from the English rather than English from the Americans, who, no offence to my American brethren, but they do butcher our beautiful language a little bit. Okay, we have to take a rest. I have to take a rest. So, we will, when it's not urgent just yet. We've still got an hour and a half. Let's double check the map, see. Let's see if we can stretch it to the ferry. Oh, are you kidding me? Engine, of course, there's an engine malfunction. We've twatted the thing, it's 13% damage. Oh god. That's about 12, 13 grand. It's usually about a percentage point per £1,000. It might be more actually. I think maybe the percentage damage gets larger. It might be why we're struggling. I think we're on a hill, but I think we could be going a bit faster. So yes, European immigrants that come from poorer parts of the EU actually benefit our GDP. And you'll hear a lot of people go, "Oh, there's foreigners coming in taking our jobs." They're not taking our jobs. They're taking jobs that our citizens are too lazy or too stupid or too squeamish or too... Well, they're just jobs that our citizens won't do. Jobs they feel are beneath them, probably. A lot of Eastern Europeans come over to take part in, are employed in cleaning industry. I know a lot of British citizens that won't do that. They just, I don't want to be a cleaner. Apparently, somehow being a cleaner is beneath them. I don't understand. We all clean up. We clean up at homes. Unless we're fabulously wealthy and can afford a cleaner to come in and do it for us, we all wash our own clothes. We all clean our own kitchen and bathroom. We all vacuum our own. I mean, cleaning is a part of our daily life, or at least it should be. And if it's not, then you're doing it wrong. So why are we suddenly squeamish, about it as an occupation? It's an occupation that benefits everybody. Everybody benefits from those that make our environments cleaner and more hygienic. Okay, I've made a tiny bit of an error here. Yeah, knew that was going to happen. This has been a crash fest. This has been a complete crash fest. And I'm going the wrong way. Oh my god, this... You remember I've done this before? I have done this before. How on earth could I be so unutterably stupid? It seems like every single time I use this ferry port and I come back to this ferry port, I instead of going straight across the roundabout, I take a right. I don't know why. Why would I want to take a right? I'm an idiot. Yeah, no, I'm getting tired. I'm going to rest the other side of the ferry journey. Hopefully I'll get some time back on the ferry. This is our second ferry of this journey. It's not going to be our last. I think we've got one more, but I don't think this one's going to benefit as much. 45 minutes. Oh God, there's no sleep whatsoever. Okay, embark. I'm not going to get any rest. This one's as bad for us as the Eurotunnel in terms of resting. So, oh, and joy of joys, it's raining. So, Bergefirmen, the city that you never discover. And we're in mainland Europe, and it's cacking it down with rain. Oh, you're kidding me? Really? Actually, to be honest, I'm not even looking anymore. This is going to be one... It's a good job, it's quite a lot of money. 19% damage. I'm not going to get much in the way of XP from this job. I'm probably going to lose about 200 XP. Maybe more. This is just... It wouldn't be quite so bad but for that crash with those posts. I think that's what did the real damage. I think that was the 13%. We're now up to 19. So... Whoa! For some reason my lights didn't appear to be working very well. So, to get back to the subject at hand, to get back to Europe, right, so, as I said, the other side of immigration is the Britons going abroad. British people are free to work anywhere in Europe. They don't have to get a visa. You can just go to Spain, go to France, go to Germany and get a job. We don't even have to prove we speak the language, which I think is a bit daft. I think that should be the one restriction, is that you should be fluent in the language of the country you're going to. We're free to go to work and holiday wherever we want in the EU without having to get an expensive visa, go through time-consuming bureaucracy, go to embassies. We don't have to do any of that nonsense. You don't have to surrender your passport at the border. You don't have to surrender it to get stuff pasted into it. Tories specifically should love this. So instead of getting on your bike, as one commentator has quipped, instead of getting on your bike, you should get on your ferry and get a job. To paraphrase Norman Tebbett's famous line. Yes, within Europe, you have to have your passport with you, but no one looks at it. It's not, doesn't get a stamp, doesn't need one. You're a part of the European Union. Wow, that's some bad weather. Ooh, I don't want to be in this lane. I want to be in it. Whoa, easy. I'm all over the shop. It's because I'm pushing the wrong button. Market fairness. Market fairness. It would be very easy were we outside the EU for the EU to skew the market against British businesses through extensive competition law. The EU just makes sure that capitalism actually works. So, for instance, when a government department contracts out a service, it has to put it up to tender to ensure that more than one company gets the chance to bid for it. Oh, I need to sleep. I forgot to sleep at the border. Where's my map? Oh, pants. Okay, how have I been to Hamburg but not found those two discoverables? Oh, because I've driven through it. Yes, I have to go into Hamburg to get some rest, so what I might do is go in, buy the garage, find the discoverables, sleep, and then get back on the road. And that's an extra 5 minutes trolling around Hamburg. So let's do that. Hamburg. So as I said, they can't just give business to their cronies. They have to make sure that there's a public tender for the work. They have to ensure that a fairness and transparency when it comes to who gets what in terms of business contracts. They can't be handed over to the company that took the minister out for a nice dinner. And that, my friends, is not because the British are best and the British is fair. That's EU law in action. That's EU law has ensured that behaviour has to occur. Let's check this map. I'm sorry I keep checking this map, but right. I'm going to take a left at this roundabout and then a right. Then I'm going to go right again, repair the truck, buy the garage, do a loop, and then come round this way. So, left and right first, because I think my priorities are rest and repair. Ooh, nearly clattered into that bus. Oh, the game's stuttering. Please don't stutter, game. Yes. So market fairness has absolutely been institutionally ensured by EU law. You cannot claim to be the better nation on that front. That is something that's been hashed out in the interests of all of our citizens. Right, where's this? Alright. Let's take a right turn here. I think I'm just going to take the whole lorry in here because I think this might be big enough for me to swing around in, and I don't want to lose the load when having a rest. So let's repair the truck because I can't be bothered with 11,000 for a 19,000, 19% damage to the truck, 1,521 for 7% to the engine, 582 for 4% to the transmission, 2,893 for 14% to the chassis, 5,737 for 11% to the cabin, of 426 for 4% to the wheels, giving us a total of £11,150 to repair. That's that done. Let's get some rest. Let's escape from that. Can we rest? Possibly not. I might have to unhook the load. There we go. Right, rest and recuperation. Okay, I am going to break the recording here. We're at a convenient rest spot, so I'm going to upload the footage and then we will carry on in a moment. But we will carry on talking about the EU, and maybe while I'm uploading the footage I'll come up with some more coherent reasons why this is a thing that needs to be done. But in the meantime, hold on with me a second, I'll be back in a moment.